Hey folks, I finally have the camera out in the garage. I get to explain my hat, or toque, or beanie, whatever you want to call it. So, looks kind of weird. Got this thing on the front here. I'm actually surprised that nobody asked about it, but maybe that's because I mentioned I was going to talk about it later. Well, I got this hat for Christmas, and it's got a kind of a unique feature to it. It's got lights on it. So I figured it's come in handy. I figure how to turn it off. There we go. It's in my coat pocket. The other coat pocket. I keep a flashlight with me. It takes some persuasion to get it working. And just in case I have a breakdown with the monster or something at night, I got some light to see what the heck is going on. So, I figured this would be kind of cool to have with me in place of it, because then my hands are free, which is kind of cool. Sorry, my nose is really itchy today. I don't know what's going on with that. I just woke up, so. So the only worry I have is I'm not too sure if it's waterproof or not, so I gotta. Like, the actual coloring on the hat itself is kind of cheap. It's like it's painted on. So when my hat stretches out, there's like gaps in the design on it. But that's okay. It actually fits more comfortable than the other toque that I was wearing. So today I'm doing a product test. I think this was my last purchase before Christmas. So I finally got them. They are gloves. Not just ordinary gloves. They are heated gloves. And there's 5 different settings. So I am going to try these out. And these both worked. Unfortunately, my initial review is not good because the batteries are both charged. You take the... See, I just turned this on. I can feel the heat already. They warm up really quickly. And on the hottest heat setting, they're supposed to last about 3 hours. We will see. These batteries were both fully charged. You take the batteries out, unplug them, and it comes with a USB cord. It's got 2 of these connectors on the end of it, so you can charge both batteries at the same time. They were both fully charged. The only thing I can think of here, now it's working. So, I thought maybe when I put my gloves together, set them down, I'd accidentally pushed the button and it was on. I don't. But it's working now, so I'm guessing I had to wiggle the plug. So I just kind of stick that in the pocket. See that? Bucket. Stick the cord in. There. Zip it up, and it's all good to go. And these are 100% weatherproof. I can wear these in the rain or any kind of weather. Wow. Do you remember years ago when they first came out with the heated gloves? They had this big battery pack on them. It took 2D batteries, really big bulky things. The only problem with those, they only had a heating pad, like a square or rectangle. These... Okay. On my camera screen, one of these looks red and one looks orange. They're actually both red. That's weird. They're both red, although one's a little brighter than the other. But these, they have wires that go around each individual finger. That's where I need my heat. I need it in the fingers. So I'm going to head out, and it's not all, it's like right at the freezing point today, so it's not super cold, but I'm going to try these, and when I come home I'll let you know how they worked. Okay, so my initial review, not good. This glove stayed on the whole time. It's warm. Like I said, when I'm out today, I know the temperature is pretty good, so I didn't really expect to have cold fingers. They're warm. They're not excessively warm like I expected them to be today. It is on its highest setting. Biggest issue I have with them is not really a fault of the gloves themselves. They're really thick. I got the biggest size that they had, and they're pretty restrictive. It's really difficult. I hold the handlebar with one hand, and I work in the throttle with the stiff finger. And especially if I have to go in reverse, I have to lift my finger and put it behind the throttle to push it. It's really difficult to operate the throttle. Minor detail. Like I said, not a fault of the glove. This glove, dead in the water. When I turned it back on, it started up again, but before I even got to the first stop sign, it was off. It faded out and went out, which tells me the battery's dead. So I'm going to assume that it got turned on, because these things weigh a lot and these buttons are really easy to push. So, and a little bit of evidence of that, sat down at the boat launch, took my gloves off to light up a white stick, and tossed them in the basket. And when I picked it up, it was green, which tells me the button got pushed. So I guess I gotta watch that. So what I'm gonna do is when I charge these, I'm not gonna plug the batteries in until I'm ready to use them. That'll prevent any accidents. Another problem I have is it is really, really difficult to hold on to coffee. It's so restrictive in between the finger and the thumb. It's really difficult to wrap around the coffee. Didn't drop it, but it's really, really hard to hold on to. Again, not a huge issue. So overall, the gloves themselves are warm even without the heat. They got really good insulation on them. But this is the question. So I'll have to try this again next time I go out and see what happens with this one. So I've wanted these for so long, but they've been so expensive. I finally found a pair under $100. I paid $68 for these. I hope I didn't waste my money. If anything, if one is to not work properly, I would rather it be the left glove, because it's always sitting in my lap holding the coffee. This one's always working the throttle. This is the one that gets squished, so all the insulation gets squished and my fingers get cold. So if there is one that needs to work, it will be this one. So if anything, that'll be a plus. This is really the hand that I needed the heat on anyways. But, you know, I like them. I like how they look. Like I said, when heated gloves first came out, they had these huge battery packs on them with the double D batteries. They were ugly. And it was the same with electric cars when electric cars first came out. Like, why do they have to make them so ugly? So they did a good job on these. They look really nice. Trying to read the name on it. WarmSpace. That's the brand name. WarmSpace. and I'll leave a link in the description. Purchase page on Amazon where I got them from. Oh yeah, they get pads on the finger and thumb, so you can use your smartphone. I haven't tried that feature, and I'm not into doing that with the gloves on anyways, because even to reach my phone I have to take my gloves off to get it out, so to me that's kind of pointless, but it's there. Some people make use of that feature. I probably never will. So that's my initial review. I don't know if you can see that. See the... Yeah, I guess you can. That right there. Yeah, I guess you can see that. That tells me I screwed up again. I forgot to turn my camera on when I went out. It really drives me nuts when I make mistakes like that. It really does. Nothing happened today, so I didn't miss anything. But obviously I plugged the camera in and left it. Yeah. So I didn't record anything today. It really drives me nuts. But, you know, it is what it is. It's the new me. Forget everything. Get confused about what I'm doing. And make mistakes without even realizing it. Make mistakes while I'm actually watching myself do them. That's just kind of who I've become, unfortunately, thanks to my illness. So, that's it for today. And I'll charge these up. I don't think I'm going out tomorrow. Probably be going out the day after. Temperature's going to get cold from here, so the real test will be if we ever get the minus 20, minus 30 degree temperatures that we normally get this time of year. That'll be the real test, because that's when I'll need them the most. So we'll see what happens. I guess, if anything, I got some pretty new gloves. Even if the heat doesn't work on them, they're still nice and warm. So, but for the price I paid for them, I hope they work. Okay, I'm gonna try this again. Had the batteries charged up, and I didn't bother plugging them in. I can avoid any mistakes. So I'm going to, I guess you can see alright here. Stick the batteries in. One. I don't know if you can, how well you can see this, but so now I know both batteries are fully charged. There are no accidents overnight. They weren't accidentally turned on. So I'm going to try this again. and see how the gloves work. Is that okay? So, camera in, cover on, put the elastic on, lens cap off, tighten the screw. Power cord. Camera is recording. I think I got everything right today. So, let's go test the gloves. So I'm back. Both gloves are still on. Still generating heat. Not as warm as I expected them to be, but they are warm. I can feel the heat. My hands are not cold. My fingers are not cold. That's the important thing. So I'm guessing whatever happened yesterday, you gotta figure it got turned on. That one glove got turned on accidentally. They charged the batteries up, and this time I didn't put them in the gloves until I come out. And they're still going strong. And I got them on the highest heat setting. I can feel the heat mostly on the top of my hands, but there is heat in my fingers. It's not super cold today. It's about 1 or 2 degrees below freezing, so it's not all that great, but the wind is kind of not nice. I had to go to the far end of town, and I was driving into the wind on the way out there. Yeah, I got all extra protection to keep it from going down my neck, and that helps, but you get in those situations, the wind just goes right through zippers. It doesn't matter how much protection you got on, it finds its way in, and it's just not nice. But at least coming back, I had the wind behind me and everything was good. But gloves were on the whole time I was out. When I went in the store, take them off, stick them in the basket, and didn't bother turning them off. I come back out and they're still nice and warm, even without my hands in them, so we get the cold air going inside, and they're holding the heat pretty good. So made it out, made it back. They performed nicely. Again, brand name is WarmSpace. I've never heard of that before. I know nothing about them, but so far I don't have anything really bad to say, except maybe the switches are too sensitive, too easy to turn on accidentally, and it's just thumb's too close to the finger, I guess you could say. It's like I pointed out in the last video, it's really hard to put anything in this spot because it's so far away from the corner of my finger and thumb. It just, if I push on it, it actually pulls my fingers together. Makes it hard to hold on to anything. But and there's not really anything about that's bad about these. It's just pretty much all gloves are like that anyways, because you gotta have some sort of thickness in there for insulation. But fingers are fine. Like I say, I had them on the highest heat setting the whole time. I went going strong all the way there and back, and no issues. So everything was good. Didn't freeze. That's the main thing. So the real test will be when we get our minus 20, minus 30 degree temperatures, and we'll see how warm they are. But even without the heat, as they're warm gloves anyways, and they're waterproof, so I can wear them in the rain. I can't say that for my other gloves, because once they get wet, the water just soaks right through them. And I take them off, go into a store, and come back out, and they're cold, and because they're wet, they're sticking to my fingers and really hard to put back on. So I won't have that problem with these ones, so that'll be good. So I guess to prevent them from accidentally getting turned on, I guess what I did this time, I just charged the batteries. I never put them in until I come out here and stuffed them in the gloves before I left. So I guess as long as I keep doing that, I shouldn't have any problems. So the only other thing I need to find out now is how long they're going to last. I did go searching for a second set of batteries so I can have one set charging while I'm out using the others. I prefer doing that with anything that I have. I always like to have backup batteries. I couldn't find anything at all on Amazon I did find one pair of batteries on eBay, but they cost more than the gloves did, so so I guess I'm just kind of stuck with the batteries that came with the gloves for now. Maybe someday in the future I'll look again, but for now all's good. So I guess conclusion, well worth the $68 I paid. I'm happy with them. They're working. Like I say, not as warm as I expected, but you know, they're warm. They're doing their job. They're doing what they're supposed to do. So we're all good that way. So I guess that's it. No complaints about them. No real complaints anyways. So mostly good stuff. So I'm happy I bought them. I don't regret it.